And right now, I am here with.
Mohamed al-Haadi, one of the students from al-abaadir.
Wow, Muhammad. Brother, I'm going to ask you very simple questions. My
Yeah.
first question says like, how did you learn English in Somalia?
I learned English language in Somalia, especially from al-abaadir school. And I have joined to al-abaadir school earlier 2017, and it gave me one of the best way that someone who is in Somalia can learn English language.
Oh my days! Look at how amazing he's speaking. And next question says like, how did you manage to have this English? I think you're from America or other place like.
Yeah, people would say this. I remember people would give me some, compliments about whenever I speak to them. They would say, someone who is in Somalia can't speak English language just like this. People would think that I am from America or from a British accent, but what I'm telling you is like, I am in Somalia and I have never been out of this country ever.
You never been out of Somalia,
Never.
and you learned English here,
Yeah,
and you speak like this.
absolutely. I have never been out of this.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my days, Al-Hadi. What I'm going to know right now is what helped you to learn English.
I think this question I have been asked about so many times. People really in need to speak this language and they are really hungry for this language, but they don't have the exact process that people need to go through in order to get this language and to speak fluently just like the native speakers.
Oh my days. Power of confidence. Look at how he is explaining every single question I'm asking him. Wow, amazing. I never seen somebody like this. Oh my days. Al-Hadi, okay. Now you're telling me you've never been out of Somalia.
Absolutely, I have never been out of this country ever.
Did you see this? What will you say to those who believe nobody can learn English in Somalia?
Yeah, I think people, if they see, the power that someone who can speak English language just like this, they should believe that English can be learned in Somalia. You don't care about whether you are in Somalia, whether you are in another country. There's a way that you go through and you are going to speak English the best way that someone can speak.
But it's really very hard. One thing I surprised, I took my breath away. Like, the way every single word, the way you are pronouncing every single word you are using. How, like, some people they can act to have an American accent or pretend like, but you are correcting every single word you are now using. How?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you how. For example, I used to learn English language through listening and watching. I always, prefer to speak just like, American people. I used to, learn and watch the movies of America. I always like to speak an American accent. But how I managed to pronounce every single word of my English exactly how the native speakers are pronouncing is like, I used to record my voice and I used to check it out if my pronunciation is really, equal to the native people or it's actually different. If there's a different, I used to make it correct and I listen and again my voice and I prepare it exactly how the native speakers are pronouncing, and that is exactly how I get this language.
Wow, amazing. Some people they say like there is a belief says no pain,
No gain.
no gain.
Yeah,
Look at how hard he has done everything in order to get this kind of language. Oh my days. By the way, what is your last message that you want to send to the people around the world?
I'm going to send a message to those who are going to learn this language. The Somali people, they have one problem. They have a problem called innocent gratification, which is, if they see someone who's speaking English language fluently, just like I do, they are going to speak English and join to private school and to speak in one night. And that's not going to happen ever. You need to practice. There's something that you cannot even hack. You can't hack having a personality. You need to practice I know how much I practice. If I spend this language almost 5 years or 4 years,
Yeah.
you need to spend exactly the same time. I'm not going to tell you you are going to learn English language in 6 months or maybe in a month. I'm going to tell you you're gonna do it. I'm going to tell you that you can speak English language better, but I'm not going to tell you that you are going to do it in a month or 6 months.
Are you a self-taught? Like, as soon as you graduated from the school, within a 2 years, then what did you do? Did you stop
Yeah.
going to school? Like,
Absolutely, I did. Like, the school gave me a key that I can, manage how can I learn this language. But 80% of my English language is self-taught, is from watching and listening and practicing every single time and talking to myself, even if I don't have anybody who's talking to me.
wallahi, to be honest with you, I have fallen in love with your accent. Anyway, what I'm going to ask you is like, is there someone that you really like to have his accents? Like, do you have a role model? Like, when we are learning English, we have a lot of people. Like, for me, I prefer. There is a Sheikh called Sheikh Saeed Ragi. He has absolute amazing accent. Do you have someone like that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I used to be in love with the accent of just like I do. I used to be falling in love with Saeed Ragi, Bona Muhammad. Those the kind of people
Bona
that
Muhammad,
used to be my role models. They would speak English language exactly how I want, and I used to pretend, imitate, and to speak exactly how they.
Like, how did you keep this English? Like, since you graduated from this school, tell me now how.
One of the way that you can keep your English language is to practice. Coming to al-Abaadir school every single Wednesday, practicing with the student is only the way that you can keep your English safe. And another way that you can keep your English safe is like talking to yourself and listening all the time. That's gonna keep your English language perfect.
Wow, amazing, mashallah, mashallah. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, al-Hadi.
Yeah, Ramadan Kareem. I wish you good people, Somali people.
Oh my days, thank you so